What's up, guys? The Foti 400 here, and I'm bringing you another Fight Night Champion gameplay, but this is a little bit different. I'm actually doing a Road to Glory on the I think that's what I'm going to title it, on Fight Night Champion, where, you know, this is my first fight, Michael Foti, and it's in the amateur boxing. You know, I think it's he's a pretty hyped boxer, a new heavyweight. He has all the physical skills to get it. He has a good reach and good height and heavy hands. He's just a bit raw. So, you know, this will be the first fight of his career. And when I'm doing this on Legacy mode, offline in the greatest of all time difficulty.
Looking good.
So we'll try to work this guy. You know, so we'll see. We're going to try to make this guy the greatest of all time. Because he has the physical ability, but he's just a raw boxer. And now I'm just beating the crap out of this guy. So this should be a decently long series. I mean, I don't know how many fights it's going to take to get me to the heavyweight title. Oh yeah, heavyweight, 6'4". I think 260 pounds. Reach of 78. Yeah. So obviously is physically just a beast, but just hasn't fought any fights. It's just his first amateur fight. You can tell they know he has power, but you know, just has to find a way to get it to the target. And I have a huge lead on this guy. It's only a 3-round fight, so. And it's Olympic style rules right now in the amateur world championship, so it's just who lands the most punches per round wins. Knockdowns don't matter. Knockout obviously ends it, but it's more just landing punches. And after this, you know, assess his career and see if he... This is really a test to see if he has what it takes to be a professional fighter. I think he's the favorite going into the games, but, you know, you can never tell with these young guys. You can only tell what it looks like they have. Now he's looking pretty good, though. There we go, into the second round. It was a good round. Finally started hurting his opponent. I think that, I don't know if this style of boxing will suit him as much until he gets to professional. Because he's more, I think he's more of a power puncher, not as much of a volume puncher. So, you know, it might hurt him in the later fights with better opponents. We'll see. Yeah, so he's just beating this guy up. All looking good for his opponent. So I'll do this series, this as well as my Road to the Top 100. I'm gonna do a bunch of series. I think just post them. I think I'll try to get out of. There we go. Stunned him, and down he goes. Knockdowns don't really matter in Olympic style boxing, but still, you know, just hurt his opponent. Even with the headgear on, you can tell this kid has a lot of power. Yeah, try to get out, I mean, a Road to the Top 100 every day. But, you know, I'll do this series. I think it's a good idea. No, I've never seen anyone do it. have the best stats on. So there we go, into the third round, and we all know where this one's going. There's just a dominant fight by the rookie right here. And I think it was a good fought win. I know he won it. Killed his opponent in the last round, obviously. So yeah, he uses good hooks. And he uses a jab. And pretty good. So I think we'll go right into the next fight. You know, that wasn't too long a fight. We'll go right into the second round of the playoffs. I might do all the playoffs in one video until we get. And you know, second video might be going pro. Here we go. We're gonna be fighting F2 or no. So here we go. I think I'm not gonna show any of the training camps. I don't think that's really important, but I'll just keep you guys updated on all the fights whenever we get into it. You know, maybe do some comments for the guys the next fight I should do, because you have to choose your next fight from a group of, like, a pool of people. So you know, maybe at the end of the video I'll put that up, and if anybody comments or whatever that day, I'll choose that, and the most comments gets it. So you know, we'll see. So yeah, we got another fighter. This guy, his opponent is I think a lot more skilled than the original opponent. He's a good fighter. Probably would be a good pro. I think just as also like our guy is just too raw. Just new fighter. And it's just too raw to go pro. I mean, you can't really tell if they're going to be a champion or just a mid-card fighter. We got our guy landing some good punches. I mean, and put him on. He's kind of obviously changing his style for the amateur games. You got to land a lot of punches. It's more about landing punches than really scoring with big power shots. This guy's going like a defensive shot right here. Yeah, so I mean, I think that our guy has a lot of potential here. Looking good. Making. I mean, he's really hurting these guys in the even with the headgear on. You know he has power. That's obvious in all of his training leading up to the games, but you know, we just have to find out if he has what it takes to be the greatest of all time. Or even become a champion, or just rank. I mean, it's gonna take a while to get high up ranked. And that's just kind of the reason we're gonna have to choose the fights. I mean, try to get all the people to help choose the fights. You know, how fast can you get up the ranks? Maybe you want to take it a little slower and get a few fights under your belt. But I think we could be contesting for a world championship. I mean, a world title in a few years on the game. A good fighter, young fighter. Definitely has the energy to take a lot of fights. So, never been injured, so. I think this is one of those rare cases that this guy really just wants to win. Not worried about money or endorsements. I don't even take any endorsements. It's all about wins. Nike can't make you the greatest of all time. You gotta win fights to be the greatest of all time. Yeah, right now he's just beating up on his opponent. Just put him in the corner. He can't do anything.
One more round. Okay.
And just, you know, wear him out. Yeah, right now in these games, it's becoming clear that he's just outclassing all these guys. And it is on, for anybody who's wondering, it is on the greatest of all time difficulty. But these are just, you know, not as good fighters, I guess. Yeah, as I play this more, hopefully I can get more editing on this video. You know, like if you've ever seen like Blackjack 21, I think his name is. I watched some of those videos yesterday, and they're awesome. Where he does road to college when they're going to college or in high school. Some football players and going to play college football or whatever. Hopefully, I'll learn how to do some editing like that. Those videos are good, but right now I'm just gonna do the basics of all the fights. I'm gonna go through this tournament in the first video, and then you know, get some fan feedback. Hopefully, fan feedback is like a couple guys, but you know, some of my friends. Hopefully, you'll comment on the fights. But I think the first fight I'll just post it. I choose it myself and post it, and then show you the results. See who won this one. I think it's pretty clear who won this fight. Yep. So he takes another one. That's second in the Olympics. These quick fights. Just again made short work of his opponent. It was not even a contest. Really leaning on those hooks big time that fight. Somebody who was just standing in front of him and willing to take him. So we're going into the third fight. And I think it's becoming more and more clear who's the best fighter in these games. It's not even a contest right now. So we're going into semifinals right here. Against G. Holmes. I don't know who that is. So, yep. And I think if it's I think I'll run through that. Like I said, I'll run through these playoffs or these finals with y'all. If he wins the finals, you know, and then stop the video and then go into our first fight, and then I'll leave the list of fighters up for y'all so you can choose. And we'll see what's going on.
Let's have a good clean fight. Touch him up and let's go.
This guy's just standing there taking his hooks. That's not a good idea if you want to stay this fight a long time. Throwing a few power shots at him, but just getting demolished by those big left and right hooks. He's another decent fighter in the games, but it's just, I mean, it really is just becoming more and more clear that this guy's outclassed his opponents. Kind of losing that defensive style and really just, you know, knowing that he can just beat up on the guys. Wow, just destroying those guys. You can see his confidence growing right now. You know, it's going to be good going into his first pro fight after these games, because it looks like he's unstoppable right now. Into the first round, knocked this guy down. This could be the first knockout of the games. So, it's pretty impressive. I think he really has everybody looking at him, knowing this guy's going to be a star. Not doing anything fancy, just all around better than anyone he's facing. Just punches harder, you know, more accurate with his punches. Just better than anyone else. So far 2-0. It's 2-0, working on 3-0. And looking good. Wow, this guy is just demolishing his opponents. It's unbelievable right now. With the headgear, and the headgear can't even do it, make him, can't even keep him up. But he gets back up in this round. Just unloading on his opponent right here. This guy has nothing. Not only knocking him down, but just destroying him in the punch stats too. 110 to 50. It's really getting ugly out there. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, that was another good round. And I mean, it's really getting ugly for his opponent right here. He's lucky they have headgear on, because if this was a professional fight, it would not be good for him. They would have had to put the stretcher out on him. Just not defending his head. Yep. Getting nasty out there. That's knockdown number 3 of these amateur games, and it's not looking good for his opponent. I think it's over right here. See if he has anything left. It's over. That's the first knockdown of these amateur games, and it was done impressively, very impressively. It was, you know, not a lot of guys could do that with this headgear on. It shows how powerful this guy is, and that he shouldn't be messed with, really. 3rd round knockout. It got ugly in that fight, so we'll see. He's going into more, obviously more well-rounded opponents with better defense, but it really just got ugly in that fight. Probably broke the will of that kid. So, going into the finals fight against Ian Montgomery. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to see what this guy's height and reach and stuff are. But this is the second, the 2 favorites finally got in. The 2 number 1 and 2 seeds got into the finals. So we'll see. This could be a big fight. And there would have to be a major upset to get this guy, Foti, out of here, but, you know, we'll see. Okay, guys. Looks just like him. Look like twins almost. That's kind of funny. Let's touch gloves. Yep. So we'll just go to the fight here. They actually both are southpaws, so almost mirror images of each other.
I'm very interested to see how he fights tonight. Lights Out's coming off of an impressive
2 good fighters.
Well, that could be a catch-22, Joe. Yeah, a lot of confidence coming into this fight, but also it could be over.
I think it's like either. I mean, if they're whatever the outcome, you can tell these guys are going to be great pros. It's pretty clear. One the power puncher and one more of a defensive fighter.
Teddy, in terms of a power punch, we know the taller fighter is going to try to utilize the jab, but in terms of a power punch, what can he get that shorter fighter with?
The uppercut. Boy, oh boy, that could be like putting a cherry on top of an ice cream.
I think these guys will be seeing each other again in the pros.
He's coming in. He doesn't see that punch, so it's too late.
Nice. Very accurate 2-punch combo by Lights Out. Let's see some defense. Look at that.
And he goes down. Just demolished him. You can tell this guy is ready to be a pro. If he's ranked anywhere below the top 40, I mean, that's a joke. This guy's going to plow through his opponents in the professional. Yeah, you can tell this guy's ready. You can see it in his face. I think he wants to make short work of his opponent right here.
Don't worry about losing the early part of the fight or the early part of the round. Just get yourself back.
Yeah, this guy, he just got caught in a blender of punches right there. He got nothing. I think he's making a statement right now that he needs to be ranked high on this list. I think he wants a title shot now. Yeah, this guy can't even get up from now on with the headgear on. It's over. And, you know, this guy's your amateur world championship. World champion. The best fighter in the world right now. He's looking at. I think that it's becoming clear through these games that he's the best fighter in the world, and you have a lot. Our best amateur fighter in the world, and you have a lot to look forward to this guy. I don't know if anybody can beat him. I mean, second round knockout in an Olymp with the headgear on. That's unbelievable. I think that's unheard of. So, you know, skip these. And then I'll pause the video and go into our first professional fight. I'll see you guys next time.